Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a portfolio update. Today is September 1st, 2021. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. And I may hold positions and do hold positions in all the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Just because I'm holding position doesn't make it right for you. So again, own your own trades. All right, so first of the month, I haven't done one of these in a while. Here is the portfolio I'm holding. Each one of these positions is around anywhere from, it could be as small as 3%, as much as 7 or 8% of my portfolio, with an average around 5%. You'll see I'm changing up my style just a little bit, and extending my time frames just a little bit. Kind of, as I learn more about myself and my personality, this kind of works for me. All right, so here we go. And just an overview of the cues. The uptrend is very much intact. Yes, we're a little bit extended right now, just like we were back here. I would not be surprised if we come in a little bit, even towards the end of this week or whatever. Just let these moving averages catch up. But the uptrend is strong, and it's a bull market. So let's go. All right. So first one is going to be Datadog. Here's my buy point, obviously right in here. I liked it. And it's really consolidated great, holding the VWAP, trying now to break out. The move's just getting started. This was kind of a cheat entry right here, right? The volume pull back into the moving averages. Still one of Stell's favorite this week. So Datadog. Next up, Celsius. Bought it down here at 824. I liked it as it came back, above this area right here and above its moving averages. It's been a great trade so far. Coming into some potential supply, wouldn't mind seeing some consolidation and then a breakout again. It's a little bit extended from the moving averages, so that would not surprise me at all. Upstart, bought it back here on 8.6. It's been a monster, really good trade for me right now. Let it keep going, right? It's doing everything right. Don't touch it if it ain't broken. So GLBE, Global E, bought it back here on 727, right there. I liked how it came into the moving averages, and then the buyers showed up. I held it all the way through, even with this retest back here. Again, it's been a nice winner for me so far. And again, it's not doing anything wrong. So look at this volume coming in too. Really nice. Bitfarms, small position for me, is I think a Bitcoin mining company or something. Anyway, I bought it here on 550, very small size. About even on this trade. I had a nice gains up here, but because of my small size, I'm letting it just kind of do its thing and see what happens. Wouldn't mind to see it come back up, maybe test this again, maybe pull back and eventually break out. I'm going to be patient with it. SGEN, this is CGEN, right? So this was the area that I was concerned with right here, and it kind of broke out. And actually, it's about right here, to be honest with you, right there. Come on. Yeah. There we go. All right. So anyway, SGEN, it kind of tested this area, came back. There's your breakout. I said I wouldn't mind if it came back a little bit, retested, held, and moved higher. It doesn't have to come all the way back. This may be enough. This 165. I'm in from 157. It's a trade that's working for me so far, and I'll watch it and manage it and just let it do its thing. But this was a big base, so let it give it some space, so it can move higher. NTLA. Let me throw a VWAP on from here. Boom. So as you can see, the VWAP from the gap was resistance over here, support, resistance. Now I think it's back to support again. This looks fine. It's just working, right? I bought in over here. So I'm just, just a smidge up. but it's working, right? Let it work, let it do its thing. It's holding its gap. There's no major sellers going on here. If anything, there's accumulation going on. You know, some accumulation right here on this day, maybe a little distribution on this day, but overall, it's just doing everything right. So let's just let it do its thing, right? DraftKings. So I bought over here at 55.72, and it was kind of like this area is what I was watching, right? Something like that. Right. So this was the area. This was the bottom I was watching. It was a nice breakout right here with some volume coming in. And so so I bought it here, 55.72. And so it continued the next day, exactly what you want to see on more volume, close near the highs, and then it's been moving sideways, right? That's letting the moving averages catch up, doing everything right. So I'm going to just stay in this one and let it, just keep working. Z. I've tried Z in the past back over here, and it I didn't do well with it, lost money on it. But I feel like this area here has a change of character to it. And so I do like what I saw here. Let's see what the VWAP looks like from there. All right, not bad. Nothing special though either right at this point. So I'm just gonna take it out. Yeah. Move it this way. Here we go. Anyway, it's a big move up, came back, retested it, and then I bought in here because I liked how it kind of held the 23-day EMA right down here. And now over here, I can manage risk versus that 23-day EMA since I know it held back here. That's kind of what I was looking for. Love the close yesterday. I can say love the close, but good volume coming in, holding up, very well up here. So it looks good. Again, this trade is working right now, so we're going to let it work. These moving averages are going to have to try to catch up to it. Again, it may consolidate, may move sideways, may come back and retest this 23-day again. Who knows, right? But that's ZI. Palantir. So Palantir, looking back, so we had the IPO VWAP and we had from the high. Let's zoom back in, and price range was very, very tight between these two, this little pinch right here going on. And I loved the way this looked. And so I tried to break out here, couldn't quite, but closed right at the top of the VWAP. So I entered 25.35 right here. And it moved higher the next day. I got lucky, I guess. And moving averages were bullishly aligned. Everything was looking good. I knew that this would be some potential supply up here. So now we're getting into that range, right? 26, 27, 50-ish. So maybe it needs to consolidate one more time, eat up some of this supply right here, right, in this green band, and then potential breakout. And that breakout could be a really, really big move because I think that with this particular name, there's some people that are going to hold long term no matter what, and there's some traders that probably got either worn out. Basically, they didn't get shaken out; they got worn out, as Brian Shannon likes to say. So I think that they probably got worn out with this name. It's been not an easy one to trade in here. I think things are changing. Whether you want to call this an inverse head and shoulders or some kind of double bottom or whatever, it's a base. And it's coming up. Be interesting to see what it does up here. Again, maybe getting a little extended. If it does move higher another day or two, then it would need to pull back maybe and then have the real breakout. So it may give you another chance if you're interested in this name, but it's PLTR, Palantir. All right, so LTHM is my next one. And LTHM, I bought on this bar right here. So at 24.51. So you see I'm about even on this trade. And it continues to pull back, so I was playing it against this area right here, but again, always using my moving averages for my stops. So pulled back, never violated the moving average, and it still hasn't. So I'm still in it. It's recovered most of it and it's back above this green line. That's nice to see. Volume is starting to dry up on it. So hopefully the sellers have gotten tired and this moves higher from here. But again, I'm going to be using this moving average, which is now in this green area, which is I love to see, because again, my risk is decreasing on this one based on my moving stop up. All right, Unity software. This was Stella's favorite 2 weeks ago, and hasn't really moved all that much, right? This green area right here is probably an area of importance, I would think, something like that. Anyway, I bought it right here at 124.85. Again, it came back in, retested. I missed it. Then it had a great day here, continued higher. I said, I don't want to miss this one. So I bought in right on this day. Again, 124.85. It came back. I probably should have waited another couple of days, right? Got a better entry, but it's okay. Then it rebounded again. The 23-day EMA is holding just fine. We're moving higher in there. So everything looks good. Above 128.50-ish, 129. I think this one could go much, much higher. The base is complete, the retest to move higher. So I have a lot of confidence in this particular name. That's Unity Software, U. Next up is XM. So this was the important area. I love this tightness in here. It kind of tried to break down and couldn't. That was a good sign right there. Then kind of came back into this area, tight again. And it's just got to the point where I'm like, okay, this looks too good. So I bought it at 44.80, went down the next day, lovely. And then it rebounded nicely the day after, inside day yesterday. Moving averages are moving higher, bullishly aligned, breaking out, doing nothing wrong. So I'm still in this name from 44.80. Again, it's just starting to work, fairly new name. Again, there's my buy date. So it's a newer position, obviously. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good, except just let it work. Next up is EXPI. So this one, this was the area that I was watching right here. Again, a lot of bases. If you notice, a lot of bases. There's your breakout. There's your retest. It held. That increased my conviction. Then it started to get tight in here, and moving averages were still bullishly aligned. But I love this tightness. So I said, okay, let me get involved in this tightness on decreasing volume. And actually, to me, this looks more like accumulation down here. Look at this. To me, I think there's a lot of accumulation going on in this particular name. Could be wrong, but I love this. So I went ahead and bought into it 44.50. Again, starting to work. Love the hold on the retest down here. I'm still using the 23 days, so this will have a tight leash. But so far, everything is going right in this name, and hopefully it'll start to move higher up for me. Silvergate Capital. So this one, I was in it once before, and it kind of didn't do very well in it. And so I think it was in this area. I had bought it. Got shaken out, but as I learned from Duckman, if the activity changes, then we have to change kind of with it. If it gives you another opportunity to get back in, take it, and there it is. So this was the range. It just wasn't the right time. Maybe this time is different. But on August 30th, right here, this bar is where I bought it. Boom. At 111.71. Again, it's just now starting to work, but we're back to a bullishly aligned moving average. Doesn't give me a ton of confidence. It's still in a range. But if it could break out above 120, right? 120-ish, this one could really, really go. I like how it gapped up here. I like, above the moving averages. So it's giving me a little bit more confidence compared to some of the other times. But listen, it did it here, right there. That should have given a lot of confidence. That was good confidence. It's still in the range. It's still a little bit messy. I bought into it. We'll see what happens. Again, the leash isn't so long on this one. So if I'm wrong, I'll know pretty quick. And my last one, I believe, is RIOT, RIOT. And this one, this is the area that's important. Again, I bought it a little bit early. some nice big green bars going on in here, some nice accumulation showing up in this name all along this base, which I really, really liked. And so I bought in at 37.66. So as you can see, I'm a little bit underwater in this name right now. But so far, it's kind of got this, higher lows, maybe a lower high right here. So we'll see. This area is the important one, though, right? If it's above, $39.50 to $40 or so, somewhere in this green area, that would be a major move higher. I think would be starting. It's not quite doing it yet, but again, my leash will be around this $35, $40, 35, 40-ish area. All right, so that's RIOT blockchain. Again, just a little bit underwater in this particular name, and that's that. Just to recap, I think we're in a bull market. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a pullback because there's a some pretty good white space right here. And a pullback means, just to come back into these moving averages, it's not very far, 5 points, that's nothing. Just like it's done in the past. That's within its character. All right. And that is my portfolio. Again, not right for everybody, but just where I'm at and what I'm thinking. So I hope you all have a good rest of your trading week and take care. Also, don't forget, like and subscribe.